Hello, my beautiful beholders. We're still workshopping the name. Welcome to season 2, episode 3. You might be wondering why I have sunglasses on. I am not fucked up. I just don't feel like putting makeup on. And on top of not feeling like putting makeup on, I don't feel like staring at my makeupless face while I edit this. It's the honest truth. I'm really not like insecure about not wearing makeup. I'll go out and not wear makeup all the time. I just like didn't feel like it, and I felt like wearing sunglasses, and these are my inside sunglasses, and here we are. Quite the contrary to being fucked up with sunglasses on, I am doing Sober October. Why am I doing Sober October? I literally just released a solo episode telling everybody that being sober is stupid and everybody should be living it up. But I've known I was gonna do Sober October. I think I'm gonna do October, November, December, purely because of my cystic acne. I have had cystic acne for literally as long as I can remember, since it was probably due to birth control, because it was around like my teenage years. I started getting like pretty bad cystic zits, which is just nothing that a teenager wants to feel or go through. Back in my like late teens, I definitely had no idea that birth control could have caused it. But I was getting cystic acne really bad. And then I changed different types of birth controls. I went off birth control. I went back on. I tried the IUD. I tried kind of just birth control. I never wanted to take like spirulactone, or I never was even offered Accutane or anything like that. And I kind of didn't realize that it could have been caused by birth control until I was in my middle 20s, which is insane because nobody tells you anything. And thank goodness for podcasts, because you really can learn a lot at your fingertips, and I'm very thankful for that. Long story short, I stopped birth control like a year and a half ago because it got so bad on the IUD that I just decided to stop birth control altogether. Not my turn anymore. My partner can take a turn, wrapping it up. And it's been a year and a half and I still get cystic zits. And I feel like I've been trying everything except the obvious, which is quit drinking for a bit and see how that affects you. The reason I'm doing 3 months is because I just feel like in general it's good for like women to go through a full 3 cycles before really knowing how that one variable affects you. So that's the reasoning behind it. I'm sad about it. I like to have a good time. But I also kind of, like I said, I knew I was going to do this sober end of the year, like in the spring. So I really have been like living it up this summer, as we should be. And I feel like the closer it got to October, the more I was just letting things slide. Just life things, like doing Sunday laundry on Mondays, and you know, it's just time to like get my life back together and take a little break, see how it affects me. And yeah, that's why I'm doing it. California sober though. Allegedly. Okay. I mentioned this the first solo episode, but I am doing like listener questions. But my listener questions are like my lovely, lovely friends and asking questions as if they don't know me. and want like general advice. And I read over them this time so I don't ramble so much, even though the goal of this is to get better at rambling. But before I look at my questions, what am I painting today? I am painting clouds. I feel like I've mentioned in previous episodes with friends, the cloud chat. There's a tree chat and a cloud chat. That's what they're for, trees and clouds. And the best part of the cloud chat is you have to like specifically choose people from across the country because you don't want to just see photos of the same clouds all the time. So we have like friends of friends in there. We have New York, we have Austin, Texas, we've got LA, we've got Denver. Ooh, we've got Michigan. We've got Boston at this point, and it's good. And it really makes me look at the clouds like way more often than I think I ever have in my life. Everybody can appreciate like a sunset or a beautiful view and beautiful clouds and beautiful sky, but I like make a point to check. Now I think it's probably one of the first things I do when I go outside is look at the sky and see if there's good clouds that I can throw into the cloud chat, and that makes me happy. And it has been glorious sunsets in Denver. This is my favorite time of year, October, especially early October when it's still warm and you get home and like from work, it's still bright enough to go for a long walk or grab dinner or drinks, and it's like raining crispy leaves, and the sunsets are always just so good. So I am doing a photo of clouds that I took the other day that I sent in the cloud chat, and I did a painting of clouds with Josh when he was on. I think it was episode 10. The one that was after Bonnaroo, and I'm going through the same process where I really didn't like it at the beginning, like at all, but I think it's similar to his episode, like trust the process is the motto here, for sure. Okay, now I will start my questions. Again, these are just from my friends acting like they're listeners. They're listeners, but acting like they don't know me and want advice or just are curious about stuff. What's one thing you wish you knew at 20 that you've learned by now? Oh man, choosing one is hard. I feel like this is so cliche and I feel like everybody says this, but I'm inclined to say everything you learn in your 20s is who you are today and blah, 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 blah. If I could go back, I probably, actually maybe I'll rephrase it. Like, what was I most surprised by that I wish I knew in my early 20s that like surprised me the most? And in that case, I was definitely surprised when I graduated at how much time you do not have as an adult. I think in college, in high school and just life in general, it's very easy to convince yourself you're really busy. And you are busy, everybody's busy. But unfortunately, you kind of realize you're literally always busy and you're never not gonna be busy. And it only gets worse. Like, I think if I could go back, I would just paint my little heart out every chance I had, honestly. I just think it's so easy sometimes to get caught up in, I'm busy with this, I'm busy with that, and it's just fake stuff. I'm gonna give you an example. So I'm an engineer, and when I was studying for my professional engineering license, which is basically like just a little stamp you need to be able to stamp blueprints so that like buildings and bridges and all of that can be built. And you have to take a test to get that stamp. And I failed that test more than once. And the third time around, when I was studying for it, I just decided I had to put my head down and pass. Like, I just had no option. I could not go through it again. It was very time consuming. I mean, at the time I was working 40 hours a week, and then I would study 3 hours after work, and then Saturday all day, and then Sunday morning, and then like Sunday afternoons I would take a break. And that was like for 3 months. And I remember towards the end just thinking to myself, like, whatever you think you're busy with is fake. And that's part of the reason why I started this, because I just remember those 3 months thinking to myself, I cannot believe I consider going to the grocery store like busy. Like, you can make time for a lot. And I think in your early 20s, especially, is when you need to take advantage of that. Like, I remember being in school and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so busy. I have so much schoolwork. I have finals, and all that's important, and it's true. But once you start comparing it to now you have 40 hours, 50 hours of your week consumed by a job, you lose more time. And then if you decide to have children, you lose way more time. So I think the one thing I would say is spend your extra time on hobbies. That can include hanging out with friends, spa days, makeup, whatever it is. Spend your time on that so that when your life continues to get busier and busier, it's an easy muscle to flex when you do find the me time. When you have a job and a business and a house to clean and you're going on vacation and family's crazy, like, you want to make sure you have a solid foundation with what relaxes you, instead of saying, I want to learn the violin, but I don't have time. I have to study. I have to do this. I have to do that. Like, if you want to do it, just do it. I guess is what I'm trying to say. If you want to do it, just do it. Because learning a new skill once you're working full time doesn't get easier. That if you have any interest, just like get after it. You guys, I'm also realizing that I really did, like, season 2, episode 1, tell everybody that the no drinking movement is stupid and everybody should be partying. And I'm just here to say, now I'm doing Sober October, and I'm here to say, if you wake up every day feeling different, you're not consistent, you have no idea what's going on, you're flying by the seat of your pants all the time, every day, this is the podcast for you, because I contradict myself a lot. And now I have it on record. Yippee. Okay. I hate this. Why? How come every time I paint, I hate it? Like, I actually hate it before I love it. It's so rare that I like it from the get-go. And like, why? Okay, this is the next question. How do you balance chasing your goals with just enjoying life? I mean, I feel like chasing your goals, like, is enjoying life, right? I think if you feel like you're chasing goals and you're not enjoying life, are you chasing the right goals? I'm not going to tell you how you should. I will just tell you my method. I think I personally have a lot of goals in place that don't have metrics. Like, one of my biggest goals in life is to just be happy and content with life. And maybe that encompasses both. Chasing your goal and just enjoying life. Just make your goal enjoying life. And then make that have the most weight, and then everything else is just, oh my God. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that one, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna say what I personally do is I have a lot of goals that aren't necessarily like metric worthy or chase worthy. Like, one of my goals used to be like make 52 paintings a year. I want to paint every single day. That just takes the fun out of it. Like, doing this, painting once a week, satisfies that feeling of wanting to become a better painter. And that's not necessarily something you can like put a metric on. That's just a lifelong goal of experience. I mean, a lifelong goal is to be a really good gardener and have a super successful garden, and that's just something that you can't really put a metric on. It takes time. And those are things that I enjoy in life. So I think putting general goals on things that you enjoy in life to weigh out the high metric goals, which would be like making this much amount of money, getting this far in my career, stuff like that, like becoming a doctor, getting my degree, like the tangible stuff, I would say weigh them out with less tangible things that are just lifelong goals of things you enjoy to do. I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like this is going to be a lot of me really rambling until I figure out what's going on or what my answer is, but that's okay. Okay. Do you think social media is more of a tool or a trap? I think it just turns into a trap very quickly, at least for me. And I think that's something to watch out for. I really think it falls into a trap. Like, I think it is. Like, my social media is filled with artwork and crochet patterns and sewing patterns and architecture and photography, and it does inspire me. And honestly, it does give me like a good amount of tips and tricks, but the amount of crazy content I consume to get to that point is kind of just a lot, and I feel like not good. So I do feel like it's a trap. I think it's a tool. It can be used as a tool until it's a trap. I mean, right? It's a good like marketing tool, business tool. Like, you can connect with people you might not normally have connected with. And I think that's all amazing. I think it's very easy to get swept into the exact opposite of that. And you're just scrolling. It takes away your motivation. It's important to have very, very clear boundaries with yourself when it comes to, is it a tool or is it a trap? For example, like I said, I have so many patterns saved that I want to do. I get so inspired. But if I'm not getting off my ass on the couch and doing them, then like, what's the point? If I'm staying up and scrolling and my head is like so inspired, I have so many ideas, but I never do them, I think that's when it kind of turns into a trap. And I think it turns into a trap when it starts hindering your ability to just like communicate with people. I also think sometimes I feel like social media was invented as a tool and capitalized as a trap. And I think it's important, honestly, to like realize that and think about that. So with that being said, get off your ass and do something creative. Oh man, I'm so cringy. But no, seriously, it's important to like recognize that it can be super addictive. I can get addicted to it like pretty easy. And keep tabs on yourself. Delete it. I used to delete it every single day. Now I can just have it on my phone and not go on it. I don't know. Recently I've been feeling like it's a trap. And I feel bad saying that because whoever's listening to this is probably on their phone. But that's how I've been feeling lately. For all the good it gives, it also gives bad. And it makes me sad that as a society and like all the younger generations have to go through the bad to like learn social media, almost like the boundaries with it and when is it a problem, when is it not. And it's a hard thing to learn. And I'm thankful that I like recognized it early in my life and I'm surrounded by just people who, I don't know, want to hang out with me in real life. Like TBT to the days where Instagram was literally just you scrolled until you caught up to the people that you were following. There was no For You page, there was none of that. There was no reels, it was just photos of people, what they did, and it was almost like a conversation starter. And I miss that, and I wish Instagram would honestly bring it back. I want the settings back. All I want to see are my friends and family's photos, and I don't want suggested apps, and I don't want suggested merchandise to buy. Like, bring back the OG Instagram. Okay, I don't hate this. She's abstract, okay? She's abstract. I'm just gonna leave it at this. I'm just gonna leave it. She's a sketch, once again. I'm gonna sign her. Ooh, what I'm gonna name her? I really like the idea of naming stuff. I always used to think that the best like part of being an artist, like a musical artist, would be like choosing your like art for your album cover and the name of your album cover. And sometimes I feel like naming a piece of artwork is similar. Honestly, it looks better with the sunglasses on. Oh my, oh my. I'm going to name it October Evening. It's just like not giving October. Blueberry Evening. I'll show it to you guys. All right. There you have it. She kind of looks like clouds. Love. I love seeing my artwork like from far away in the camera because it looks totally different than in person. Like, look how crazy that is. Come here to this. Maybe it's the sunglasses. I don't know. But I'm a fan. All right, Blueberry Evenings. Once again, not for sale. If you want it, just like comment. I can mail it to you. It's gonna go in a deep, dark closet somewhere. Thanks for watching and supporting. If you have questions, DM me and I'll answer them. Bye.